Hello, my name is Natalia Yashenkova. I'm ready to start our webinar and to tell you how to control access to your content over the internet, how to select the right parameters for serial numbers, how to edit the parameters of serial numbers, and how to revoke access to your content. If you have any questions, please write them to the chat. I will try to answer them as soon as I see. And to start with, I would like to show the scheme how our service works. We have a publisher, a content creator, our service sfcontent.com, and readers or end users, people who will read and view our protected content. So a publisher gets protected files from sfcontent.com and generates serial numbers, a unique number for each user. Protected files and serial numbers are delivered to end users. When a protected file is opened for the first time, an end user enters his unique serial number. The protection system needs to check it if it is original or does it have vacant activations, and that is why a serial number and the service parameters are sent to our server. If a serial number is correct, the system binds it to the parameters of the device. The server, in return, sends an activation key. It means a serial number is activated on some user device, and after it a publisher can see activation reports in his account. Okay, so let me see if there are any questions. What parameters are used for binding? The system collects different parameters relative to the user device: RAM, Windows ID, MAC address, and some others. I don't want to tell you in details because it is a part of protection. And I see another question. If a user replaces something in his computer, do I need to provide him a new serial number? No, you can provide him a new activation, or it depends on the level of binding. We will discuss it a bit later. And another question, I can't see activation report in my test account. Oh yes, it's situation. Activation report is available only for release serial numbers. You need to purchase workspace with 10 release serial numbers, and after activation report will be available for you. Okay, what is next? This is a serial number. It consists of 30 letters and digits. Before generation, a publisher can set different parameters, and we study them in details on the site. Now I want to give you an important message. You need to decide if you want to control serial numbers after activation. So it's a very important question. Do you want to control after activation or not? If not, for example, if you sell a book, usually it means that you give perpetual access to the content. But if you are going to protect corporate documents, when an employee leaves a company, it is necessary to revoke access to protected papers. Also, you may need to limit access for trial purposes. For example, you want to give your book, but for an hour or for 1 day. Recently, we have a request from a person who wanted to give a 3-day access to his audio files after bulk mailing. Okay, and again, why it is important? Because if you have not selected any additional parameters before serial number generation, after activation your content will work offline without asking our server for verification. Okay, I hope it's enough of theory. Let's go to our site and to see how it works on practice. Here you can see a list of my workspaces. I select a workspace for electronic document protection, but interface is almost the same for audio video files, HTML files, and PowerPoint presentation files. Okay, generate serial numbers, and we have one click, we can say, generation, where you can select what type of serial number. You can select so release and test. Test serial number works only 15 days, and release serial number, we're going to so it does not have time limitation. And quantity, you need to select a number not more than you have in your quota, purchased quota. Okay, let's see our additional parameters. Activations per serial number. As we remember, it's a number of devices where you expect your content should work. We recommend to select minimum, for example 1 or 2, if you expect your content will work on home computer and at work, or for example on computer and on a mobile phone, if we are talking about documents. Okay, we can select 2, then serial number. Okay, and speaking about activation, you can edit it anytime you like. So you can select 2, but if there is a problem, you can always edit it and add a new one. Serial number lifetime. You can select here day, hours, minutes. So you can provide a 30-minute access to your document, and it works up to activation. So when your serial number is activation, time starts to count. Time between activations. People usually use it when they don't want their serial numbers, their activations, to be used. For example, you have 2 activations to be used simultaneously. You want one activation to be used now, and the other, for example, in 30 days. Usually people do it because they don't want their activations to be shared with anybody else. Then do not allow activations before this date. Let's imagine that you have an exam and you prepare your documents or your program or what else for an exam. Exam has some determined date, and you don't want your files to be opened before this date. Then serial number expiration date. You can see that it has something in common with serial number lifetime, but serial number expiration date works, so it is a date, as you can see, and it means that serial numbers stop working no matter activated it is or not. So we can select, for example, we have our exams. We have it on the 22nd, and on 23rd we want it to stop working. Periodic license confirmation. It's a very important parameter if you want to control your serial number, your access to your content after activation. So you can select day, any day, any number of days you like, for example 3 days, and it means that the system will ask every 3 days if this person with this serial number can continue using his protected documents. So if a serial number is added to the blacklist, access is revoked and the person can't use these documents or other files anymore. Level of binding to computer. Usually people can upgrade their computers, can change something. For example, to upgrade Windows operation system. Of course, when a person changes something in his computer, it means that it can be another computer. This level of binding determines what kind of changes can you allow. So if you select extra strong, it means that nothing can be changed in the user's computer. So strong, so some little changes, medium, very comfortable use, and light, we do not recommend to select light. It means that there is a chance that it can be some similar computer, and we need to protect from this. So we recommend to use strong and medium levels. So let's select strong. Geographical restrictions. You can select what countries you want your content can be viewed, and we can use like this, and so it will work something like that. And we talk about electronic documents. That is why we can enable file printing. But again, we recommend not to do it, only if you really need, because if this function is available, it means a person can use virtual printing, and it can create a usual PDF file and distribute it as ever he wants. Comments. Okay, we can enter a comment and click generate. Here are our serial numbers, and we can export them in a TXT file. And I need to see if there are any questions. Okay, yes, are there a parameter that restricts number of runs? Yes, we have this parameter, but only for HTML files. But if you need it, for example, for electronic documents, please let us know, we can add it. Another question, what do you have? Do you have protection from changing time on the computer to make a serial number active? A very good question, thank you. We really have protection. We understand that, of course, people can have a kind of cheating and to change time on the computer, but no, we have protection from this cheating, but I can't tell you details again because it's a part of protection mechanism. And another question, do you have a separate workspace for PowerPoint presentation? Yes, we have, so we can, for example, convert your presentation in PDF file and protect it as a PDF, but sometimes you have animation in your presentation and you want to keep it, so you want to have it in demonstration mode, and that is why we have a special workspace where we protect presentation in demonstration mode. Okay, that's all for now. What is next? We are going now to edit a serial number. Okay, we copy one serial number we have created, and let's go to edit serial numbers. And you can see all the parameters we have chosen, and we can edit it. For example, we for example, add a new activation. We can select hours instead minutes. Okay, I remove ticks from do not allow activation before this date, and serial number expiration date, and what else, and geographical restrictions, and enable file printing. So I click save, and here you can see comparison, what was before and after, and that is okay. And now we will add this serial number to the blacklist. So again, we can do it when, for example, you don't want to grant access to your content anymore. For example, a person leaves work or some other reasons, and you need to revoke access. You add your serial number, you can add what is the reason, add, and after it serial number will not work, and okay, if it was activated but you have periodic license confirmation, it stops working depending on that period that you have set. So that's all what I wanted to tell you about today. Only one note, that you can add one serial number or a batch of serial numbers, and the same situation is with editing. You can edit one serial number or a batch of serial numbers if you did something wrong with your settings. Okay, what are the questions? Does it make any sense to add serial number to the blacklist if additional parameters were not selected? Okay, let's imagine that you have a serial number with 3 activations and one activation is used. If you add your serial number to the blacklist, then end user can't use extra 2 activations. So you remove this option. But of course you can do nothing with activations that have already been used. Okay, are there any other questions? Okay, thank you very much for joining our webinar. You can always ask questions via email or chat on the site. Please welcome. Again, thank you, and have a nice evening.